Thank you very much. Well, this is our first time presenting at AJ Bell, and it's a pleasure to meet you all. I've been CEO at Newmark for the last 7 years, and during that time, in my period tenure here, I've instigated and overseen a number of changes and initiatives to ensure we're really well positioned to take advantage of the shifting markets within the sectors we operate. Prior to this, I spent 15 years working for the Rubin brothers, and I directly for one of the brothers in real estate, developing a very successful portfolio of diversified assets and investments. Graham Feltham joins me tonight. He joined us as Group Financial Director last year, and he's here for any questions a little later. So I'm going to delve into who we are. So Newmark Security has 2 divisions that operate within what can broadly be described as a security sector. We design and we manufacture products and services that protect both personnel and their data while ensuring security for organizations' physical assets and workplaces. We do this through Grosvenor Technology and through Safetel. We have 5 locations, 4 in the US and 1 in Florida at Grosvenor LLC. Newmark has a long history of over 30 years of innovation, and this, coupled with our long-term outlook for investing in emerging technology markets, has allowed us to remain current, competitive, and positioned for growth. Through our divisions, we take good positions in high-growth sectors, providing specialist products and services that lend themselves to having high barriers to entry with a level of experience and expertise that is difficult for our competitors to emulate. Grosvenor Technology develops hardware and software for the human capital market and access control, time and attendance, also known as, globally. Secure data collection, processing and dissemination is at the front of our offering. Put it simply, we help turn diverse data into real information while increasing security, ensuring compliance, and reducing time and cost for our partners. Safetel, on the other hand, designs, installs, and maintains a diverse range of physical security solutions to a wide range of sectors. Products and services range from asset protection through building security and target hardening to counter-terror products. I'm going to discuss the divisions that make up our business, the markets they operate in, and their typical customer bases. And I will also, during the presentation, outline our opportunities for growth. You'll see our annual figures at a glance here. Revenue for the previous year was 18.8 million, which was 4% down on the previous year. At half year, we announced that revenue would be marginally behind last year with this reduction, but we had an increased operating profit. And taking a marginal drop in revenues into account, we delivered 1.1 million of net profit. We'd have delivered a little bit more if it wasn't for COVID. We estimated we would have had a further £400,000 worth of sales, which would have given us an increase of an extra 200,000 of profit. These are just some of our highlights, which you can see on the screen now. We maintained gross margin and controlled our costs well to be giving an improved profit, which is the testament to the actions taken in the previous financial year with the restructuring of Safetel and evolved product portfolio, which has resulted in a wider range of customers with a far improved sales pipeline. Additional cash outflows were incurred owing to a tranche of the restructuring from the previous year being paid in the current year. We have continued strong growth in HM, backed by good growth in the US and the rest of the world, and good performance in access control. Even the year of launching our new product, Janus C4. We also obtained a tax credit, mostly of a catch nature, followed by a review of an R&D claim process, which will be reviewed in the following financial year. We've also invested in the future by increasing our development spend from 550,000 to 886,000, enhancing our cloud offering, improving functionality in GT10, and working on the next generation of clocks and integrating contactless solutions. During this period, we've also signed some high-level agreements. In HCM, we signed a supply agreement with an international retailer, which is potentially worth 3.8 million over the next 2-3 years. We've also secured our first major contract for GT4 clocks with a minimum of 3,000 devices and some allied services over the next 3 years. This is valued over $1 million. We've also signed and executed a Tier 1 software agreement, 1,000 units of GT10 over the next 2 years, with the possibility of potentially doubling this. And each one will have a SaaS bundle, which is charged at $10 a month, which will give us a minimum of $10,000 of recurring revenue per month. Sales of the new platform in access control Janus C4 are performing well. We focused on branding, repackaging, and further product building, giving confidence and competence in our partner sales channel. And this will be fully launched this autumn. Existing access control legacy Janet products revenue increased while Saturn revenues fell. At Safetel, an improved product portfolio is gaining traction following a comprehensive strategic review. The business is expanding its new segments and addressing a broader customer base. We have combined the products and services for a leaner, more agile, and responsive business. We have 2 recent contract wins, which are a 2-year agreement with a leading multinational financial services company with an expected value of 1.3 million, and another 3-year contract with a leading UK building society in support of client branch entrance and auto doors with an expected value of another 400,000. And we're also in agreement with a very large retailer for a lot of their sort of maintenance and door work. And these are just some of the highlights. Newmark has been AIM listed for the last 20 years and recognized as being an innovator in the industry for over 30 years. Our people are very dedicated, specialists and passionate in their fields. We have long-standing and deep relationships right along the value chain. Proportionately and tightly controlled investment in research and development allows us to stay ahead of the curve and ensure our products and services are both competitive and offer the highest levels of secure technologies for our customers. We provide solutions, not just products. We design, manufacture, and provide solutions for our customers and form long-term partnerships through the provision of consultancy advice and service and maintenance agreements. We provide specialist products and services that continue to innovate in biometrics, cloud service, and mobile authentication. If you look at the table on the bottom left-hand side, it refers to our customers. This is our routes to market. Access control is sold through security installers and system integrators, while human capital management, time and attendance, is sold through valued resellers and HCM software vendors, software houses, and at Safetel, that is sold directly to the end user. We drive efficiencies through innovation while providing smart, safe, and secure workplaces. The company benefits with long-standing relationships with many blue-chip customers. We're building a recurring revenue stream through our cloud-based subscription service in HCM, offering advanced value-added data middleware, biometric data processing, and clock management services hosted in the cloud. Recurring revenues and opportunities in Safetel are derived from the service division. This is just a very small example of some of our customers, showing the broad range of sectors and industries we serve. On the bottom right-hand side of the chart, you can see software houses. These are the software houses we sell HCM to. The products and services we provide may be specialist or niche, but the demand for the services is not. As a consequence, the end user of our products operate across diverse sectors and geographies. From retail to infrastructure and education to defense, organizations and businesses of all shapes and sizes have an almost universal desire to increase efficiency, safety, and security while reducing costs. This is what really drives our continued success. A little about Contactless Solutions, which are sort of really of the moment. We're leveraging decades of experience and knowledge across every business division to suit these new challenging requirements and times, integrating hand-free solutions into access control. And these new features can be retrofitted and supported mobile use of credentials via smartphones and contact exit release buttons. Our hardware can be integrated with automatic doors for comprehensive hands-free solutions. Human capital management, we introduced facial recognition into our clocks in May 2020, which just was in time for the pandemic. This operates at a 1 to 10,000 identification matches on a clock using biometric data and touchless and reliable security, all under a second. It removes any physical contact requirement and reduces lost time when clocking in. We're also currently reviewing touchless screens and developing thermal fever detection, which can be integrated with our time clocks. On the entrance side of the business, the Safetel side of business, we offer portals and touchless speed lanes, single person passenger check-in systems, and combine these with thermal sensors to check employee temperatures as they enter a building. I'll discuss a little bit more what the single divisions do and their product offering. Access control at Grosvenor Technology. And access control can often be the critical core of an end user's building management systems. With integrations into other security and life systems and the ability to manage energy and usage efficiently, Grosvenor Technologies offering represent an optimum of modern security management systems. We offer two access control platforms, Satya Advanced and Janus C4, catering for all our customers' needs, from a single door system to an enterprise estate covering many buildings and thousands of users across the globe. Both platforms share a leading class of range of modular advanced hardware that was developed internally, which you can see on the right under the hardware. These are intuitive, scalable solutions. A range of blades can be mixed, matched, and deployed in either single or multiple controllers, which is quite unique in the market. Advanced hardware is also supplied to clients as an OEM and has been designed easily to integrate into existing access control software platforms, creating further recurring revenue opportunities for the business. Human capital management, time and attendance. In the US, we trade as GT Clocks, and in the rest of the world, we trade as Grosvenor Technology. These have really been branded for the markets they serve. In the UK, we're sort of a European technology company, and the US, we're seen as a US company in the LLC with the offices in Fort Lauderdale. The HM sector has evolved enormously in the last few years, from simple clocking in to capture time and attendance through a broader workforce management requirement. HM providers now offer a full suite of solutions. We've always been renowned for providing high quality, state-of-the-art hardware, or time clocks as referred to by some of our clients. We adopt a good, better, best approach in terms of our hardware and an open protocol methodology. Sustainability is designed in, and this results in a modular build and low lifetime costs, coupled with the long product life cycles. Investments in our hardware continues apace, further developing a range of time clocks. In early 2021, when the release of GT8 time clocks and kiosk, which builds on very successful formula of the GT10, offering increased performance, capacity, and security, and the HM sector industry first Android 10 operating system at a significantly lower manufacturing cost. The move to Android has transitioned time clocks from being a simple time and attendance embedded device to a fully featured kiosk with applications written to run on the latest smartphones and tablets, now surfaced on kiosk devices that we manufacture. Grosvenor Technology continues to invest in building recurring revenues centered around cloud-hosted services supporting advanced data middleware and biometric data processing. focused on driving ease of implementation, efficiency and compliance with data security standards. Remote clock management and servicing tools are significantly reducing the cost of the device ownership. As cloud technology and IoT has evolved and matured, this offering has become broader and deeper and is now provided solely under a subscription model, often referred to software as a service or SaaS. We continue to execute a strategy to grow recurring revenues through the promotion of this SaaS model, discontinue completely the support for legacy on-prem installations. Building on the recent uptake of SaaS, we now offer a unique clock as a service or CLAS offering, where the hardware, cloud platform, software, and support service are bundled and provisioned under a simple subscription model. On this graph, it simply demonstrates the growth of the connected devices on our SaaS platform, and we expect to continue to grow this as we offer GT Connect as a standard part of our clock offering. The blue dots show the distribution of time clocks connected via our US entity, and the red dots in the UK business. The larger the dot represents the concentration of time clocks. Currently, we're at just under 6,000, anticipating being just under 20,000 in the next 24 months. Our new platform is currently being developed and being launched in the spring of 2021, and we have a number of major blue chip customers waiting to transition onto the new platform. This is a really very exciting development for the group and very much anticipated and waited for. Safetel, the physical division, provides physical and electronic security solutions across public and private sectors, adopting a consultative approach. As clients' needs have evolved over time, as the type of attacks organizations face have grown and morphed, customer demands have become more varied, specific to industry type and often bespoke to individual businesses. Safetel's approach has evolved to provide a completely tailored service. We do not simply offer standard products or service. We work with our clients collaboratively to design and complete solutions that exactly fulfills the specific requirements of every customer who chooses to work with us, hence us working closely with the end user. Typically, these products are blast, bullet, fire, and force entry resistant. Additionally, providing cash handling equipment and introduce portals and speed lanes into our portfolio, all of which help organizations provide safe and secure environments to their employees and customers alike. We also have a nationwide network of field-based technicians and engineers across the country providing installation and maintenance and after-sale support on both our security solutions and other people's. This ensures that all our products are maintained to the highest standards. This range of services reduces risk, cost, and effort for specifiers, contractors, and end users alike. Overall, this leads to enduring long relationships, some over 30 years, a high degree of customer retention, and a significant proportion of repeat business and long-term service contracts. The business serves organizations of all shapes and sizes, and I'm particularly proud of the strength of its partnership with many blue chip clients. This really highlights the breadth of our product offering and the type of products we provide at Safetel.
Very clear. Sorry, it's Roland here. There you are. You're on the summary slide now. I was just going to say, if you want to have some questions.
I'm just on time, Roland. So in summary, no problem. We've introduced contact technologies in both Grosvenor Technology and Safetel. Existing strategies of the business very much remain applicable in this post-COVID world, which hopefully we will see shortly. Grosvenor Technology has increased interest on both HCM and access control activities. We've restructured Safetel, and this has responded well favorably to our new product lines. Focused development on cloud platform and subscription-based recurring revenue streams with the launch of our new platform in the spring of 2021. We've continued investment in our hardware and software within the business. We have a strong cash position and a strong management team providing a great platform for growth. We've signed multiple new contracts and supply agreements in this period. So really, in summary, both divisions are well positioned for a post-COVID world, the existing strategies not being just applicable, but being even more relevant than before. Providing safe and secure workplaces will remain key objectives globally for organizations of every shape and size, and we will continue to invest and meet the needs of today and for tomorrow. And thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
So moving on, will you need to raise capital to fund future planned growth, or is this likely to come from equity?
It really does. We're sort of doing a strategic review at the moment, and it just depends sort of what we need to sort of continue with our trajectory at the moment. We're in a strong capital position. We will manage to get a loan from the bank, a T-biz loan, so we're in a comfortable position. But if we'd like to make some acquisitions in the future, that we will probably need to go and get some funding elsewhere, whether that's sort of debt, equity, or whatever it is. But that's all under review at the moment because we're looking to grow the business from where we stand today.
And to that, the question says, I appreciate you can't give a forecast, but can you say what your aspirations are for the company in 5 years' time?
I can't give a forecast. We're sort of, our aspirations are not sort of, we're not thinking of sort of organic growth as it is now. I think with our new SaaS platform and our cloud services, we're looking for significant growth. We have the tools and we're developing the tools at the moment and implementing those tools to be able to be in a position to get that as the company stands at the moment. And most of the growth will probably be from human capital management, time and attendance.
It would seem in some ways the pandemic with regards to driving and developing technology and customer need is good for the business. How were you impacted in terms of your ability to conduct business over the course of the lockdown and the course of this year during the difficult times?
So I think we all immediately sort of adapted very well. We're basically a technology company. We work very well on Teams and we sort of have a regular meetings. There was a period in time where Safetel was affected. Some projects have been pushed out and they continue to be pushed out because sort of people can't meet, and we sort of deal with a lot of financial institutions. Access control sort of slowed down a little bit, but we had some good growth and steady growth within the HCM, and we've signed some of these new contracts during this period. And what we've done is, where we're not able to visit customers physically, we've done that online, and we've done thousands of training courses for our customers. So we really made the most of this time and developing technologies. So even if COVID is something of a distant past in the next few years, I think hygiene and touchless solutions is something here to stay. So we've sort of been developing a lot and working very hard in the background, making the most of this time. You know, with the portals, they'll be touchless, they've got fever detection in them and so on. So our products are sort of for the future world.
You had a slide that had a very impressive list of customers on there. With regards to market share, can you talk to what kind of level of market share you have in the sectors within which you operate? And of those companies, and how much of the contracts do you have? Do you cover those companies? Do you have kind of group-wide deals, or just for individual countries? How do those contracts typically work?
So that list of reference and customers was split across the 3 divisions. So if I will take Safetel, which operates primarily in the US, we have a decent market share. We're probably one of the few people that can offer a full solution, and we have the maintenance engineers. To tell you what size the share we have, it's very difficult because no one does everything of the same. So we might be doing portals and cash management systems and someone might be doing something else. So it's very difficult to say what we have in the market share. On the access control, that's primarily UK as well, and we have a small percent of the market. But where probably the most exciting bit is where we have very little percentage of growth, but we're being very, very well recognized in the US. We probably have a couple of % of market share. So that's where we see the biggest growth in our business, is directly in the US and the rest of the world in HCM. Because even though we're a UK company and we've sort of branded out there as a US company, we have an LLC, we're being sought out by sort of the very large software houses. I was at an exhibition, the last big exhibition was probably a 1.5 years ago in Vegas, and we had some of the biggest retailers queuing up to visit our stand and some of the biggest software houses. And we have a very small market share. But what I must say, to grow that, some of these customers take at least a year to 2 years to onboard. It's not a sort of a quick solution, and it's a big decision for them to make.
So what's the percentage split of revenues from the States?
Graham, can you just give me those two splits, please?
Yeah, we have so 5.9 million of our 13.5 million from the People and Data Division is from the States.
So that's quite a minimal comparison to where it can be going, especially with that model.
And a couple of questions about recurring revenue, and you spoke to trying to increase the recurring revenue. So how much of the revenue is recurring, and you stopped supporting some of the legacy systems, is that right?
So we probably have so at Safetel, we probably have just over a couple of million recurring revenue on service contracts. And at HCM, we probably at about 800,000 for last year. So it's just at the very beginning of its infancy. So we used to give this service away for free, and it wasn't in the cloud. So we're using sort of some existing software, and we'll launch it, which we've adapted and modified, and we're launching our new software. So we have a whole host of customers that we're waiting to onboard when we launch our new software in the spring.
Okay.
And it's infancy. I mean, I just gave you one customer, and that's, there's many of them, and people are very happy. Certainly these software houses, they want to sell software. They don't want to be dealing with the hardware for us to manage their systems.
A couple of comments here about kind of being somewhat under the radar and people not being entirely familiar with the company. So thank you for talking to us this evening. We had a question about peer group evaluation. Are there any other UK listed companies that you'd call operating in your space? And I think that's the first part.
Not really, nothing comes to mind. We're quite a sort of a niche player. So you have some of the larger multinationals, but none of them are AIM listed as we are. No one comes to mind.
And on the valuation, by the sound of it, you're trying to present as a technology company, as you said, but the kind of the multiples that you're being valued at aren't yet as a technology company. Is that fair to say?
Not. Yes, because we're just at the very infancy of our recurring revenue platform and model. So, but in time, I think our valuation will change somewhat.
On that note,
we were very much an engineering and sort of development company just a few years ago, and we're sort of transitioning and sort of, we're changing sort of all our line of thinking. And we think as a technology, and we act as a technology company now.
Lovely. I think that is us for time then. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. Thank you for presenting. It's been really good to have a news story, so I appreciate you coming and speaking to us this evening.